Darlings, we are here to talk about sexy. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and to another video. So as you can see from the title, this is the time of the year when sexy comes out on the street to play. And as I told you many times before, autumn is definitely my favorite season when it comes to fragrances, because you can mix and match, you can do very heavy, you can be even still in that summer vibe if you really want to. So there is so much variety when it comes to fragrances in autumn, but today we are focusing on the sexiest ones. And there is no sexier fragrances than the autumn ones in my opinion, like hands down. So yes, this is a very interesting and special list to me because I love my sexy fragrances and I think you do too. So let's go ahead and jump right in. But just so you know, I am in the process of moving at the moment, so I do not have most of my fragrances with me, so I'm just gonna wing it. I prepared a list for you and I'm just gonna go through it. Some I do have with me, so don't worry, but yeah, this is what we are working with at the moment. It's gonna end soon, so I think that next week I'll be done with the move and everything will be on its place. So yes, let's jump right in, but please don't forget to subscribe, guys. I know that many of you have been asking about Venom of Love, so I'll get to it in a second, but yeah, let's start with the first one, and that is from Matiere Premier Encens Suave. And this is basically an amber vanilla warm spicy fragrance with a hint of coffee in the top, and when I smelled it from the first time I was in love. This is definitely that kind of fragrance that I love. It is heavy, it has some sweetness but not too much, it's definitely smoky. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. I would say it is indeed unisex, but I love it on a woman, and I think that little touch of unisex vibe in a fragrance makes perfumes even more appealing to the opposite sex when you're wearing one. You know what I mean? There is that little bite, that little oomph that gives you that like, what is she wearing? She smells delicious, but what is it? What is it? So yes, Encens Suave is one of these, and I truly adore it at the moment. I already have it in my basket online. I smelled it and tested it a couple of times in South Africa, and it really blew my mind. I must say, I don't really adore fragrances that are super hyped up, and I know this one is, but for a good reason, guys, for a good reason. So I highly recommend it if you want to smell deep, slightly oriental, smoky and sexy, but still sweet. So that's Encens Suave. Now I was thinking about including Kilian's Rolling in Love here, because this is a very sexual fragrance for me. You know, it's soft, it's intimate, and it's very alluring. It is a little bit nutty, irisy, just gorgeous. But the price tag, it is just hideous. Okay, the price tag is simply hideous on that fragrance. By the way, I know the camera is a little bit too high. Let's just roll with it. Let's just roll with it, okay? Anyways, I have a great alternative to Kilian's Rolling in Love, and this is even better. It lasts forever, and it is way more potent and more nutty, which is great. And this is from Perfume Oil Expressions. It is a perfume oil brand from Australia, and this is called Racing Heart. And basically you get 10 milliliter of perfume oil, like pure perfume oil, for like $30, which is, come on, nothing. And they did an absolute masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece. If you love that amberette, nutty, irisy, milky fragrance, this you need, okay? You really need this. This is so sensual, so cozy, so inviting, but very classy at the same time. I really love it. This is definitely one of my favorites from Kilian in general, but especially from Perfume Oil Expressions. I'm gonna link it below for you guys. No, this is not sponsored. I truly love this fragrance. I wear it a lot, and every time I wear it, my boyfriend compliments me. So yeah, that is that. Next one that I do not have with me, unfortunately, it is from BDK, and that is Rouge Smoking. And I adore that fragrance. It is very sweet. It is cherry based, but to me it has so much more to it. It's very vanilla, slightly smoky. It has some depth to it. It's a little bit boozy. It just has everything that screams sex and autumn, which for me is 10 out of 10 description if you ask me. I love Rouge Smoking. BDK is definitely that brand that I highly recommend checking out because they have such good stuff. And Rouge Smoking, again, very hyped up in the fragrance YouTube community, but I do highly recommend it. On me, it lasts very well. I know it kind of differs from person to person, but on me it really does last, so I don't have problems. And this is another sexy one, okay? This is definitely the sweeter one. Very yummy, just yummy, guys. I love it. So Rouge Smoking, if you want the sexiest fragrance from BDK but ultra feminine at the same time, I think for autumn Rouge Smoking is gonna be fantastic. So yes, let's move on, darlings. And speaking of cherries, I just want to quickly show you Venom of Love from Navitus, my little baby that I created with them. And I know it's been sold out for over 2 weeks now. As soon as we are restocked, I will let you guys know. But I must include it here. If you want sexy, you cannot go wrong with this bad boy. This is such a great fragrance. I know I created it, but you know, it's still amazing, and so many of you love it. So thank you so much, guys, for purchasing and reviewing and DMing me. I absolutely love it. This is super sexy. This is super sexy, and that's what I had in mind creating it. I wanted something very sexual, seductive, alluring, very mysterious at the same time, and dark, with a lot of darkness, all right? So Venom of Love is fantastic, and it has great longevity and projection. But since it is out of stock at the moment, I have something else from the brand that I also recommend. I have been testing it for a while now, and it is called Sartorial Nuit. And this is their new release as well. I think it was released a month before Venom of Love, but it is still in stock. So don't worry, it's still there. You can get it with my discount code. So go ahead and check it out. So Sartorial Nuit, to me, it is a new modern twist on Hypnotic Poison from Dior. And if you know anything about Hypnotic Poison from Dior, you will surely know that men adore it. And this is pretty much in that same vibe, but it has a little more to it. Like, it is a little more, it's aromatic in the very beginning, and then you do smell that doughy powderiness. There is just something to it that reminds me of Hypnotic Poison, but it's super contemporary, okay? So it's like a unisex modern twist on Hypnotic Poison, Eau de Toilette. And yeah, if you love such fragrances, I think you should definitely try it, because it lasts so well on the skin. It's definitely lighter and, as I said, more aromatic, spicy in the beginning. And then you get that sweetness, then you get that powderiness, and I don't know, maybe it's just my nose, but for some reason it really does remind me of Hypnotic Poison in the dry down. So, ooh, I love it. I really love it. This is Sex in a Bottle, another one from Navitus that's super sexy, so check it out. Very nice longevity on this one as well. And again, you have a discount code, so check it below. What else? What else, darlings? Okay, of course, we have to have an alien here, right? Because to me, alien is always mystery, sexiness, very up in your face. And this is the newest one, the Goddess Intense, and I really do consider it sexy. It has that particular indolic jasmine, kind of the one that you have in Memoize Ashore, kind of the one that you have in Jasmine Rouge from Tom Ford, you know, that kind of jazz. But this one is anchored with vanilla, with amber, with coconut, so it is a little bit more mellow, but I definitely do get that indolic, dirty jasmine here. So it's not an easy breezy fragrance. Comparing to the original, it goes in a completely different direction. It's very nice for the date nights, for nights out. So I think this will be your darker take on Alien Goddess, and I really like it. I wear it a lot. The longevity is decent, I would say. I get around 6 to 7 hours from it with moderate projection, but when it comes to sexy, this is definitely one to check out because it really is sexy, all right? It really is. So check this one out if you haven't already. I really like it. Now, next one I have on my list this year is Tom Ford Effin' Fabulous, and I always hesitate putting Tom Ford fragrances in my lists, and that is pretty much because of the price. I think it is completely unjustified. It is ridiculous and actually funny, like, isn't it? Tell me what you think in the comments, guys, but to me the price is just funny on their fragrances. But if you have it, maybe if you had a chance to buy it, I don't want to disregard that matter, you know. So if you have it, pull it out this autumn winter because it is flippin' sexy. And this is basically an aromatic vanilla with bitter almond and sage and lavender and a lot of leather as well, and tonka and amber. To me it is just delicious, okay? This is just delicious, and I feel like the older I get, the more I appreciate such fragrances like Effin' Fabulous. From the note structure to their performance, I really like it. So I know it's super expensive, but I don't want to say it's worth it, because is any fragrance worth such crazy price? I don't know. Again, I would love to hear your opinion in the comments, but I think Effin' Fabulous would be that one Tom Ford that I might get this year, you know, because I really like it and I really crave it. The whole experience of it, the whole experience, it is just sexy and dark and so flamboyant, you know. I love it. It's a little bit aromatic, it is sweet, it has tonka, it has that leather running through. I adore it. It is really well made fragrance with good longevity, actually. Comparing to other Tom Fords, this one is decent in my opinion. The projection, I would say, is moderate, and if you really overspray, it will be strong. So yeah, you know, take it or leave it with Tom Ford, but I think that when it comes to sexy and unisex, I think it does deserve a fair chance, alright? So Effin' Fabulous, it's really fabulous, okay? It's really fabulous, and again, as I grow older, my taste changes, and I find things to be very sexy that I haven't thought are, you know what I mean? Effin' Fabulous, it's getting more and more sexy for me every year. So yes, tell me if you have similar experience with fragrances, you know, as you grow up, your taste changes, and things you maybe, you know, were stinky for you years ago, now you just want to lick it off your skin, because that's the case with Effin' Fabulous for me. Yeah, Effin' Fabulous, really sexy fragrance for men and women. I do love it on myself. I do love it on a woman. You know, that lavender sage aromatic top dries down and you are left with such a gorgeous, yummy, tonka, ambery, slightly leathery base that it is just irresistible for me. So yeah, enough about Tom Ford, let's move on. Orchidee Rouge from Soradora. This is vanilla, rum, this is almond milk, this is benzoin, caramel, cinnamon, a little bit of yellow florals like ylang ylang, and you get some orange and bergamot. This is a sexy mix, okay? This is a sexy mix. I really love it. This is not like my favorite from the brand, but it is a very close one to be the favorite. The more I wear it, the more intoxicated I am with it. This is a little bit smoky, boozy vanilla with that touch of those yellow florals, you know, a little bit of citrusy touch at the top. You have beautiful cinnamony spiciness. It is to die for, guys. And caramel, oh yes, oh yes, this is a good one. I do have an active discount code still for Soradora, so check it below if you're interested. I think this is definitely a brand worth checking out. This is a newer niche brand, and I feel like more and more people are starting to explore it, which makes me very happy because it does need more hype. The longevity is very good on all of them, as is the sillage. And Orchidee Rouge is definitely the one that's the most vanilla, the most gourmand leaning, the most powdery out of the whole line. So if you are to start, maybe start with this one. None of them are super easy to work with. You do have to like what you like to enjoy this, you know what I mean? These are not like your typical crowd pleasers. No, these are niche. But Orchidee Rouge, I think it is definitely the sexiest out of them all, the most feminine out of them all, and the most intoxicating one. Glorious one, glorious one. This is so good. Again, I always get compliments from my boyfriend when I wear it. This is such a sexy beast. Sexy beast, that's what I can say. So check it out if you haven't already. If you love benzoin, rum and vanilla, you'll surely like it. Surely like it. So yes, check this one out. It's lovely. Swiss Arabian Rose 01. Guys, I don't even wanna get into it because you know how much I love this fragrance. It is insane for me. Rose 01 takes the cake when it comes to rose fragrances, when it comes to sexy ones. Think of Delina, but think of Delina mixed with Atomic Rose. You get that ambery Middle Eastern touch. You get very much of a Delina vibe, like 100%, but no rhubarb. So I think some people may love it even more than Delina. I personally kind of do because I love those, you know, slight Middle Eastern ambery touches. So for me, Rose 01 from Swiss Arabian is just to die for, and it is such a beast mode. Like, I actually wore it in South Africa almost every day, and I also wore it to my friend's wedding mixed with Montal Tonka and mixed with yeah, I went heavy, mixed with Venom of Love. And to say that people went crazy about my scent, it is an understatement. And no, nobody told me I smelled too strong. No, it was perfectly balanced and people went crazy over it, okay? So Rose 01 from Swiss Arabian not only is a great mixer with your other fragrances that you have in collection, but also on its own, the most beautiful rose ambery vanilla, the most beautiful Delina version that exists in my opinion. I adore it. The longevity and sillage on this baby, it is just, it just leaves no room for questions, okay? You're gonna be so happy, so happy if you get it for yourself. So Rose 01, super sexy rose. I love it. If you are about to invest in either Delina or Initio, even though I love them both, I would suggest getting Rose 01 first and deciding if you want to go and splurge or stay with Rose 01, because I think it ticks all the boxes. So yeah, do not spend too much money when you have something incredible for so much less. Incredible scent. Now, okay, Givenchy L'Interdit Intense. I adore this scent. You guys know I had a big moment when it comes to the L'Interdit line, and I didn't want to show them much anymore because I've been talking about them last year so much. But the Intense one is so good, and it's not even that I just adore this fragrance to bits, because I think you know, I don't think it's like my favorite from my whole collection, but the impact that it makes on men and people in general, when you wear it, it is just so good. Like, I feel like a sweet, dark bombshell when I wear it. I always get compliments from men. Men are so intoxicated by L'Interdit Intense. It's insane. So yeah, this is that one fragrance that you absolutely have to have in your collection. You know, it's not only beautiful tuberose in the background, this is sesame and vanilla. It has everything that I really love in fragrances, so I highly recommend checking it out because it's so good and it has such an incredible lasting power. Not many designer fragrances can compare to the L'Interdit line, so I highly recommend it, guys. It is absolutely beautiful. You know, to me, a sesame note is, oh, I just love sesame note in fragrances. This is just so intoxicating. So yeah, lovely one. Okay guys, now when I was in, let me get up actually. So when I was in South Africa, I tested this fragrance and I loved it so much. And I didn't get it because I was worried about my suitcase being too heavy, but I regret it so much. Worst decision ever, because I cannot find it anywhere on any website in Poland, but there are some shops that carry it, like Harrods, Walmart, I think. So everything I find will be below, and this is so sexy, so sexy. And it is from Cavalli, but that is their you know, premium collection, private collection, and it is called Exquisite Nectar. And not only it's exquisite, it is so flippin' sexy, I just cannot. So basically what you have there is cedar wood, a little bit of patchouli, but not much. Then you have some honey, orange flower, some cardamom, and jasmine. But the notes will not tell you much, because it really doesn't, you know, picture the fragrance at all. It is like a very sweet, almost gourmand of a scent with a little bit of jasmine, yes, but everything is so honeyed and so beautifully blended. I just could not. It is absolutely exquisite, and nobody talks about that line, I feel like, and I didn't even know about it before I actually saw it in person and tested it. They have so many beautiful ones. They have a fragrance called Imperial Hyacinth, they have a tonka one, they have a rose one, so many. But the one that really stood out to me was Exquisite Nectar. It is a little bit more expensive for sure than your regular Cavalli fragrances, but it is so worth it. Like, so worth it. I love it. Gorgeous scent, all right? It is such a gorgeous scent. It is insane. So I highly recommend it if you can get it in your country. I know it is a little bit tricky with that one, but it's so worth it. It is long lasting, it projects very nice, it gives compliments, and it's so sexy, at least to my little nose. I just cannot get over it, and trust me when I say I keep scrolling Google, and I went till the end of internet really to find it. So I hope I will be able to purchase it myself soon. But Exquisite Nectar is so exquisite, so check it out if you can. Now here we have a fragrance that I'm actually wearing today, and to me it is so sexy and so luxurious, it's insane. I know there are different opinions about the brand, blah blah, but honestly, if I wear it, it means it's good. You know what I mean? I reach for it so often. It's good, and I will keep recommending it because I like it. This is for him from Soulja Boy, so SBoy by Draco. This is their new fragrance line, and guys, this is so good. This is basically kind of like Baccarat Rouge, kind of mixed with Creed Aventus a little bit, but it is neutral, gender neutral enough for a woman or man to wear it. To me, as it's drying down, it's getting more and more feminine. So it's almost 100% feminine fragrance to me. Only the top, only the opening is a little bit more unisex, you know, androgynous. But the rest is super sweet, powdery. Think of Baccarat Rouge with iris and tonka and caramel, you know, a very powdered, sweetened version of Baccarat. And that's why I love it. And it lasts so long on your clothes and on your skin. It's so good. It has moderate to moderate plus projection. And I love it. And I don't know if my code is still active, but check it out. Check it out because you can get a lot of money off with my discount code, and it's really worth it. I really like the scent. So yes, and to me it's so sexy. It's so sexy. Again, that kind of, you know, slightly androgynous fragrance in the beginning, and then it gets sweet and luscious in the end. I love that kind of fragrances. So yes, this one is really nicely made. A great master perfumer was behind it. Very nice ingredients. I really like it. I really like it. So yes, this is for him from SBoy. And yep, what do we have next? Okay guys, I think this will be the last fragrance for this list for today, and this is from Memoize London, and it is called Luxuria. And unfortunately I only have a sample, but is this amazing, guys. So this is one of the most beautiful gourmand leaning fragrances ever. This is basically a raspberry, tuberose, ylang ylang, vanilla and amber done to perfection. Okay, and now actually let me have a look on Fragrantica. I remember some people compared it to Carolina Herrera Good Girl, and I might agree actually to some point, but this one is done so much better, like so much better. You definitely get a lot of vanilla here, a lot of amber, beautiful, very milky raspberry. Think of a raspberry that was dipped into vanilla pudding. That's pretty much what you get, all right? So raspberry dipped into vanilla pudding with an ambery vanilla base. And I think that pictures it well, actually. I'm done. So yeah, it's so good. So good. If you love Good Girl, you have to have it. If you don't love Good Girl like me, you might also love it. But to me, it's so sexy, so feminine, like so feminine. Actually, Memoize London is a feminine-owned brand, so it only makes sense. I love what they create. They make very feminine fragrances, and also some very unisex ones, but the ones that are my favorites from the brand are the ones that are so feminine and so sexy. And Luxuria is incredible. The best raspberry based fragrance that I have ever tried, like for sure. When it comes to raspberry, this one is the best. Beautiful fragrance, just beautiful, and they all have very nice longevity, so check it out. And that is it, my darlings. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to support this channel by giving me a little hands up and commenting and subscribing. And yeah, thank you guys, and see you in my next one. Bye.